All right, folks, it's delivery day again at the Gjeebs Organization. We are going to take delivery of another Tesla Model Y, brand new Juniper non-launch edition. So I'll show you the spec in a minute here. I'm going to show you the car that is being traded in. I'm going to show you what the trade-in process was like, what Tesla offered on the trade-in, how referral credits are applied, and then we're going to show you the actual spec of the vehicle. This is going to be excellent. It's another car we're going to be able to constantly show you on the channel for comparisons, and I think you guys are going to find this very useful. So we are currently on our way. FSD is taking me there, and so far it's been good. You know, I've got a little annoyed, got onto the highway, it adjusted the speed to 55, the speed limit's 65, and then we're just camping in the left lane, which it loves to do. Despite that though, it is impressive. So let's go out and see what's being traded in. All right, so here's my Model Y. This is Andrew. Shout out to Andrew, cameraman. He's the magic behind the channel. A lot of people don't know of him. He's secret. But anyways, here is his, so this is your 2024 Model 3 standard range, LFP. You've had this for how many miles?
I've had it for about a little over 33,000 in
Nice.
1.5 years. So.
Yeah, and it's been excellent. I mean, there's really been no major things with it, right?
No, the suspension kind of creaks a little bit. Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can literally hear that.
Like you just...
Wait, go do that again. Yeah, you can hear it.
So
Yeah.
like, when driving over small speed bumps, I hear that in the cabin. You had that problem too, right?
I did. So I had that problem with it squeaking, and I'll talk about this in my Model 3 review more, but they replaced everything, and it totally went away. But I'll talk about that more in a separate video. So now some other interesting things about the trade-in. They deducted for not having the wheel covers on in the picture,
photos,
in the photos you submitted. So he put them on, and they gave you how much back?
Well, I put those covers on, and the other thing I corrected, I had that spoiler
Right.
in there.
We had the T-part spoiler on the back, and they also took off for having the spoiler on there. So it was about a $500 deduction.
They took $500 off. The trade-in was only $21,600 in the beginning, and then they took $500 off. So I'm like,
yeah, and just so you guys know, so that's just information for you. He even had the Tesla finishing set on there. They still made a deduction. So when you submit your photos, make sure you have all of the OEM stuff back on the vehicle. The other thing is Carvana offered you what?
Carvana offered me about $25,000, I think.
Right.
It was about $4,000 more than what Tesla offered.
But the reason that he went for the Tesla trade is because you only, in Arizona, you pay the difference in taxes and then the convenience part of it. So it's not like he lost $5,000 because he's only paying tax on the remaining balance of the vehicle. So that was interesting. Now, the other thing you may be wondering out, if any of you have referral credits. Andrew had $7,000 in referral credits to put toward the new model, which I haven't. Well, I've told them it's a Model Y. They don't know the spec, so it's coming. That is what, the very last step in the financing?
Yeah, so when you are wiring the money for your down payment, as soon as I click finalize like last payments and stuff, it was like immediately, do you want to use your referral credits?
Okay.
And you have to use all of it or none of it.
Right, so. Yeah, that was the other thing. When I use referral credits on mine, you have to empty them. You can't say, I'm going to use $1,000. With that said, this Model 3 has served you well. It's now time to own your first Model Y, which is pretty sick. I'm pumped about this. I'm excited, and we'll see the spec here shortly. So we are going to go right over there to the Tesla Mesa delivery center and take delivery. Should say welcome to the cult, not family. Do you know this is plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found out on the video I edited for you.
Kim Java taught me that. Shout out Kim. There it is, baby.
Boom.
Let's take a sniff. Mmm. Smells like Fremont.
Got a mobile connector.
Mobile connector, nice.
Nice.
Empty bag. Already cat's out of the bag. Almost looks like there's sparkles in the seat back here. What was this car doing last night?
My car had sparkles in it.
Yeah, there's sparkles. First ever car Tesla Andrew got that came with floor mats. That was the initial setup. Tesla selling Chevys now. Now, to those of you buying used Teslas like this, the biggest concern is the battery, and luckily a company called Coverage in a Click exists, and they have a battery for life warranty which you can buy and add to your Tesla or other EV, even hybrid batteries. The battery for life contract is currently sold in hundreds of dealerships and credit unions nationwide. But thanks to Coverage in a Click, you don't have to go into a dealership or anything. You can do everything directly online. So head on over to coverageinaClick.com and then use code Gjeebs B4L to save $50 off of your warranty. They also give you options to finance it and things like that at 0% interest. Now let's get back to this new Model Y. So here it is. Here's the spec. The pearl white multi-coat and the 19-inch cross-flow wheels. So I'm going to be taking it for a spin here shortly to feel the difference in acceleration boost, which my launch edition has, and to feel the difference with the 20-inch Helix 2.0 wheels. So we'll be driving them both. Now, another difference between both of these are the 19-inch rims come with different tires. So it's similar to the old 19s, it's the Continental Pro Contact RX. And again, this says T3. So this is the third rendition of this specific tire that they've worked on with Tesla. That's how it says Tesla, and then the third rendition is what that stands for. So overall, it's a cool wheel. And what I like that they've done with the CrossFlow wheel is they've integrated a wheel cover for efficiency right here with the rim right there. So there's actually real rim exposed with this. And I think this is about a 5% difference in efficiency. All the tests that I've done over the years have showed that. So an immediate difference that they've done on the inside here is the dashboard decor wing. And what's cool is they've just upgraded the Tesla shop. So you can see that my Model Y has the Alcantara cover for $250, and that includes install. You can take yours to Tesla and they will turn this into Alcantara. The reason I like that is two reasons. If you leave it, it matches this right here, okay? So that mesh matches this. But if you upgrade it to the Alcantara, it then matches this. So I think it's awesome that they offer both on the new one. So that's an upgrade that they just did. Also, you can see here it says Model Y. On the Launch Edition, it says Launch Edition and things like that. So you can essentially build yourself a Launch Edition, just minus some badging, because you can add full self-driving, you can add the acceleration boost. But for 48,000, let's say 49,000, it's 48,990. For $49,000, it's such an excellent vehicle. 4 years ago it was, but then it kind of caught up to, oh, this is loud, the suspension's rough, all these things. There's no cooled seats, a lot of heat comes through the roof. They've fixed everything and they've kept the price the same. And that's what's crazy to me. They're just going to continue to sell more and more of these. The other thing, as far as EVs right now in general, they seem to be down in sales. They are down in sales. They don't seem to be. And I think a big reason for that is because so many of the early adopters have purchased and are now slowly upgrading over time. I talked to my neighbor the other day. He's got like a big diesel truck and a Ford Expedition. And you would think someone like that is at zero interest in getting an electric vehicle. And he's like, I saw you own a couple Teslas or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I like them. I was surprised when he was like, yeah, once we get this paid off, we're going to get an electric vehicle. It just makes sense for around town. I think a lot of people are coming on to the same idea. It makes so much sense for a local vehicle. I think one gas, one electric is the perfect way to go. Now, you can absolutely have electric vehicles. The charging network is good enough. The big bonus for me is having somewhere to actually charge it at home, and then you're set, and it's just cheaper than public charging and absolutely cheaper than gas, and with all the maintenance and everything. A little off track there. We'll get back on track. So now that we've covered the differences between the two, and it's also, I guess you can see the difference. This is Quicksilver here, so seeing the colors kind of side by side. Now what I'm going to do is take the car for a drive. I'm going to feel the acceleration boost to see if you can actually feel the difference, and then feel if the ride quality is that much better with 19-inch wheels. Right off the bat, so I'm sitting in Andrew's car now. He gave me access to the vehicle, so when I click his name here in the infotainment and then click Ben, it takes it to my seating position. It changes the car to the air conditioning settings that I had in mind. I'll turn those down. And it has the song that I was playing. And not only does it have the song, it has the song paused because that is what I had the car set to last. Just going car to car, and he sent me a text that worked in 2 seconds. I had access to his vehicle. So the technology in these things is just flawless. So yeah, I have Marty in gear. I don't even need to shift, just put my foot on the brake. And we're first time me ever driving a Model Y with the 19s, Model Y Juniper with the 19s. Test it out, let's see how it does. Generally you can tell at lower speeds, like immediately, if the suspension or tires make a difference. And I think you already can, there's just a little more give, just more sidewall there. We'll give it a little electricity out of here. And see how the suspension like dips, the whole car dips back like you're flooring it on a boat. So as far as does it feel, it feels a hair slower. It's 4.6 seconds to 60 as opposed to 4.1. So they're both quick. You feel a little bit. The big difference in the acceleration boost is after 30 miles per hour, it just keeps pulling harder and harder. So that's the difference. Is it worth $2,000? I would say try to get some Tesla referrals. I'll have a referral link in the description. If you're buying a Tesla, you should use someone's referral link. I'll have one below. That way you can get a discount because it's just more of a discount. Use your favorite YouTubers, use whoever, someone that helped you, assist you in the sales process and whatever. Just give them the credit for it. I don't care if it's me or not. Do the wheels make it smoother? They do. It is like I thought I was going to come into this saying, hey, get either one. I think you can get either wheel and you're going to be happy with it because you're not going to know the difference anyways. But if you're psychotic like me and you have to cover every aspect of the vehicle, it does ride just a little bit. There's just a little extra there. And who wouldn't love a little extra, huh? Wouldn't we all? Husbands, wives, everyone. Maybe not everyone, but it's, yeah, here's what I'll say is it is a hair smoother with the 19-inch wheels compared to the 20s, as it is with every car. However, if you really like how the 20s look, then go with that. You're gonna lose some range. You're gonna get 303 miles of range as opposed to 327 with these. So that's a bit of a difference there. In reality, is that going to matter? Probably not on your road trips, because there's so many Tesla chargers out there that the network is so dense that having an extra 24 miles of range isn't going to be the make or break. So yeah, this thing, it just drives nice. I mean, I can't say enough good about it, and it's fast enough. You don't need the acceleration boost. Yeah, but if you want it, it doesn't hurt the warranty or anything, and you add 100 horsepower to your vehicle, as I've tested it. I'll have the video. I took it to a dynamometer. I'll link that below so you can check that out. But yeah, the Model Y just makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. I highly recommend it as your first electric vehicle. People have also talked about, oh, insurance rates on the cars are higher. I recommend using an insurance broker to have them shop your insurance every 6 months. So currently I'm with State Farm. I think my Model Y cost me $120 a month, and that's, having full coverage and everything. So shop your insurance around. These cars are excellent. They're efficient, they're fast. The sound system, 10 out of 10. And then the infotainment is great. The one downside, doesn't have Apple CarPlay, and females love Apple CarPlay. They just do, and you can't really break them of it. And that's that, and that's okay. Now, I talked about the range on this vehicle. So I did a test driving my Model Y from Phoenix to Las Vegas. I tried to do it on one charge. I did it side by side with my Model 3 Performance. Check this video out right here. You'll enjoy watching Andrew and I see if we can make it and seeing if our bladders can hold or if the car will make it first. Check this video out right here.